Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are digging into a supplement that you've probably seen everywhere, ashwagandha. It's an ancient herb that's suddenly having a major moment, and modern science is finally taking a closer look. So we're here to figure out what the research actually says.
So let's just get real for a second. Are you feeling constantly stressed out, just totally burnt out? Maybe you're chasing after a good night's sleep or trying to find that focus you used to have. If that sounds familiar, well, you are definitely not alone. And that's exactly why so many people are turning to ashwagandha. You see it all over social media, you hear people talking about it, but what is the real story behind all the hype? Our goal here is to cut through all that noise, look past the anecdotes, and see what the evidence really tells us. Okay, so first things first. Let's get to know the herb at the center of all this. What is ashwagandha anyway? Its fancy botanical name is Withania somnifera, but you might also hear it called Indian ginseng or winter cherry. The name ashwagandha is pretty cool. It's Sanskrit for smell of the horse. Now, that's not just because of its earthy scent, but also because it was traditionally used to boost strength and vitality. You know, give you the power of a horse. It's been a cornerstone of Ayurvedic medicine for literally thousands of years.
Now you're going to hear this word a lot, adaptogen. So what does it mean? Well, think of it like a smart thermostat for your body. Adaptogens are these unique substances that are believed to help your body manage stress. They kind of work with your body's stress response system to help you, well, adapt to physical or mental stress, helping bring you back to a state of balance. All right, let's dive into the #1 reason most people are interested in this stuff: the mind. Can ashwagandha actually help you chill out, reduce that feeling of constant stress, and maybe even think a little clearer?
Take a look at this. This 8-week study is really fascinating. In the placebo group, as you can see, not much changed, pretty much baseline. But the group taking ashwagandha? Whoa, they reported feeling significantly less stressed. And it wasn't just a feeling. Their levels of cortisol, which is your body's main stress hormone, actually went down. And, the cherry on top, their sleep quality got a major boost. These aren't just feelings, these are measurable changes. And it looks like the potential benefits don't stop with just feeling calmer. Some studies suggest ashwagandha might actually give your brain a bit of an upgrade. We're talking about improvements in things like executive function, your decision-making skills, plus better attention, faster reaction times, and even sharper memory.
Now, this all sounds incredibly exciting, right? But here's the reality check. While the evidence is really promising, we have to remember that a lot of this research is still in its early days. Scientists pretty much all agree that we need more, bigger, higher quality studies to really lock these findings in. Okay, so we've talked about the mind. Let's switch gears now and look at the body, because the claims about ashwagandha go way beyond stress and focus. Some of the research points to some really interesting improvements in physical performance and overall health. Check this out. For anyone into fitness, this 8-week study is pretty compelling. You had 2 groups of men doing resistance training. The group taking 600 milligrams of ashwagandha every day saw significantly bigger gains in both muscle strength and size compared to the group just taking a placebo. And it might not just be about strength, but endurance too. Some studies have shown it can improve what's called your VO2 max. Basically, that's the best measure we have for your cardiorespiratory fitness, how well your heart and lungs use oxygen when you're pushing yourself. A higher VO2 max is great for athletes, for sure, but it's also linked to better heart health for everyone.
The research on male fertility is also pretty notable. Several studies have found that for men with a low sperm count, ashwagandha was linked to increases in sperm concentration, volume, and motility. And interestingly, even in men with normal sperm counts, it still seemed to boost concentration and motility. Oh, in one study, it found that men taking it for stress saw a 14.7% greater increase in testosterone than the placebo group. And the list keeps going. There's also some early evidence suggesting it might help with blood sugar control by encouraging cells to pull glucose from the bloodstream. Plus, it contains a really powerful compound called withofferin A, which some lab studies suggest might help reduce markers of inflammation in the body. Again, more research is definitely needed here, but it's promising. Okay. We've talked about all the exciting potential benefits, but now we absolutely have to have a serious conversation about the other side of the coin: safety. This is the part you really need to pay attention to.
Look, this is absolutely crucial to understand. Ashwagandha is not for everyone. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, it's a no-go. The same goes if you have specific health conditions like hormone-sensitive prostate cancer, an autoimmune disorder, or thyroid issues. And if you're taking certain medications like benzodiazepines, you need to steer clear. Please take a close look at this list.
And even if you don't fall into one of those categories, it's not without potential side effects. For most people, it's tolerated pretty well, especially in smaller doses. But some people do experience things like an upset stomach, drowsiness, and in some cases, diarrhea or vomiting.
And when it comes to how much to take, well, there is no one-size-fits-all answer. If you look at the studies, the dosages are all over the place, from as low as 250 milligrams to as high as 1,250 milligrams a day. This just highlights how important it is to not go at this alone.
So, we've thrown a lot of science at you. Let's bring it all home. What's the bottom line here? What do you really need to remember from all of this? Let's boil it down to 4 key points. 1, it's an ancient adaptogen that's super popular right now, mainly for stress. 2, early research shows some real potential for both your mind and your body. 3, and this is a big one, the evidence is still developing. This is not some kind of magic pill. And 4, safety is everything. It's not for everybody, and you need to be aware of the risks.
And this quote from Healthline really says it all. While taking it for up to 3 months seems to be pretty safe for most people, the simple truth is we just don't know what the long-term effects are. There isn't enough data yet, and that's a really important thing to keep in mind.
So, we end right back where we started, with a question. Is this ancient herb the right modern tool for you? And honestly, there's only one way to answer that question, and it's not by watching a video or reading a blog post. It's by having a real conversation with your doctor. They know your health, they know your history, and they can help you make a smart, safe choice. Thanks for tuning in.